Thank you very much, dear President Van Rompuy, dear Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen. In 1954, Alexandre Marc founded the Centre International de Formation Européenne, based on a notion that education is indeed the most important tool to promote European unity. And 70 years later, in CIFE'S, this idea clearly lives on. Marc's vision of a federalist Europe, led by citizens, has come on leaps and bounds. And today, education represents, even as it is a soft policy competence, a driving force of European cooperation, molding our community's common future. And this was emphasized earlier this year by former Italian Prime Minister Enrico Letta, who, when asked with advising how to reinvigorate European integration through the single market, called for a fifth fundamental freedom, enhancing education, research, and innovation. And more recently even, Mario Draghi echoed this sentiment, as mentioned, and he in turn highlighted Europe's education systems as one of our union's greatest strengths and called for a European skills strategy as the key to reinvigorate the EU's economic competitiveness. And these ideas then went on to inform Commission President Ursula von der Leyen's new political guidelines, which will guide our work together for the next 5 years. And I, like you, I'm sure, was pleased to see the renewed importance that the President placed on education and skills as part of this agenda. Their significance is going to be embodied in a dedicated executive vice president leading the Commission's work in education. And crucially, this involves focusing our work on establishing a union of skills. The union will be grounded in an overarching strategy encompassing investment, lifelong learning, vocational education and training, and the recognition of skills and qualifications, helping to seize education's full transformative potential for Europe's future. The President said it so well, I couldn't say it better with his reference to Jean Monnet. It starts with education. So as part of this work, the Commission will continue its effort to establish the framework for a European degree. And this will empower universities in offering truly European higher education, creating a single market for knowledge, talent, and ideas. When I was a student, there was no Erasmus Plus program, just a one-way ticket to France and a desire to broaden my horizon. How far we have come since then. Leading the transformation of the sector, we will keep supporting and seeking to expand the work of the European universities. Today, we already have 64 alliances bringing together over 560 institutions in the north, in the east, in the south, and in Western Europe. And I'm proud that among these, some are CIFE'S partners. To help enhance their contribution and bring more institutions into the fold, we will continue our work to forge a long-term investment pathway for European higher education alliances. This will help offer a long-term perspective for European cooperation in higher education, which is vital to equipping our societies to face the shared future challenges that there is indeed no shortage of these days. So to achieve this, we must invest in young people, we must invest in the young generations of Europeans. Europe's schools and teachers face sizable challenges. Among them, improving working conditions and offering better training and career prospects are key, measures that we will develop by delivering an EU teachers agenda. and building on the success of the innovative transnational partnerships powered by Erasmus+, a European Schools Alliance will foster stronger cooperation and mobility between schools and teachers across our continent, drawing on the full knowledge of our community. And finally, to tackle the serious shortfalls in reading, writing, maths, and science, and paradoxically also in digital skills. In the coming years, the Commission will deliver an action plan on basic skills and a STEM education strategic plan. And this will be accompanied by a European strategy for vocational education and training, working to boost the number of Europeans holding professional skills and qualifications fit for the future. To ensure that we can reap the full benefits of these actions, there will be a skills portability initiative improving the recognition of skills and qualifications across the EU as envisaged by the proposals of Mr. Letta and Mr. Draghi. Together, these actions will help to take our work promoting high quality and inclusive education and training to the next level. This is key to ensure that everyone, no matter what their background and their personal situation, has an equal chance to reach theirs and Europe's full potential. Crucially, as part of our work to establish this union of skills, we will continue our efforts to achieve the goals of the European education area and to closely monitor the progress that we make. Next week, in fact, we will present this year's edition of our Education and Training Monitor with a focus on sustainability with precisely this goal in mind. So all these upcoming actions, we're in a new political cycle very soon in the Commission as well, and all these actions which I have outlined will add to the Commission's existing work, helping to fill gaps in our action. But to truly prepare for the challenges of the future, we urgently need also to shift our mindset. This requires abandoning the idea that learning stops at the school or the university college gates and calls for a move towards a culture of lifelong learning. Climate change, rapid technological development, and a deteriorating geopolitical environment won't wait until Europe is ready, so we must accelerate our work to equip Europeans with the skills they need to flourish in a rapidly changing and sadly increasingly unstable world. But you might ask, where does CIF fit into all of this? Well, as I said, CIF partners are part of our European Universities Alliances, and as one of the only 7 Jean Monnet institutions, you are centrally placed to deepen Europeans' understanding and ability to critically engage with and shape our European project. So I'm proud that we are able to financially support your work under Erasmus+, and I look forward to many more years of successful partnership. So let me close where I started. This year, as indeed we have already celebrated 50 years of European cooperation in education, I couldn't help but thinking of Alexandre Marc's vision 7 decades ago. I wonder what he might think of how far we've come and what his hopes would be for what we might achieve in the decades ahead. Dear President, friends, thank you for CIF's enduring commitment to our common vision for Europe and for European education. We look forward to the next decades of European integration, harnessing the power of education. Thank you very much.